What will happen when two friends accidentally time travel and go 30 years in the future from where their lives are going to change completely because they were completely unaware of the world here? Now will they be able to go back to their real time and let us know how deep this time travel will have on his life in the travel movie? The story begins in the year 1986, where two friends Harris and Riv, as usual, were skipping their college classes and taking drugs together. In fact, both of them have always been so careless that they never thought about life. I never thought about it seriously, and he was always intoxicated by the vulgarity of a particular case to do this. They come to this secret place about which no one else knows except these two. Now today both of them make a plan that they should go to a famous singer's concert where they have got passes, and they also get a lot of drugs there. Will be able to pick up his girlfriend Debbie on the way with Harris Reeve. He stops to do this, but Debbie's father was at home and he asks Harry what are his plans for his future. At first both of them make the excuse that they are still in college and they have not thought anything about the future, but Debbie's father already knew that she would never go to college, so both of them avoided the matter. They say that they have another business idea. Actually, they want to create coffee shops whose franchises can be on every street corner. Now this is where Debbie's father got furious, and he says that this is the most ridiculous business idea ever. Why would anyone buy something like coffee from outside which they can easily make at home? He can make it clear that both of them are still drunk, so he will never send his daughter Debbie anywhere with them, and after saying this he now throws both of them out of the house, and while going there Debbie upstairs. She gives a toy to Harris and says sorry that she will not be able to come with him to this concert. Yes, both of them the mood had deteriorated and now they did not even have anything left, so on the way they go to a new dealer's house and ask him for drugs, where the dealer says that today Razla has been raiding P again and again and getting hold of their goods. So he has only a few packets left, and they are also very strange because it is said that on these some kind of experiments were done, but both of them do not think much and even today, as usual, carelessly pick up the experiment girl where they did not even know what a big mistake they had unknowingly made, and now they take their van to the concert. They set out for the same since they were quite late and it was already dark on the way, so their vehicle gets stuck in a pit, which means that now they will not be able to go to the concert, and that is why now both of them stay in the van and think of trying a new experiment which is theirs. It was much stronger than expected and they sleep there, but when in the morning when they opened their eyes and had just gone out, both of them were surprised to see that now their physical appearance had completely changed, where they did not look like a ton but looked like a middle-aged man. Here initially they thought that maybe from last night's hangover became too much, and due to its effect on his mind, he felt like this. They are getting confused. Their van was broken down, so both of them started going on foot to the nearby town, but from here everything seemed to have changed, where first in a store there was automatic opening of doors, and then after going inside everyone was just talking to each other. Being busy only in their own affairs, both of them did not even know about smartphones. They think that everyone is busy on their calculators for some strange reason. Now since both of them still have a hangover, they first go to the washroom to freshen up, and here too now after seeing the automatic flush, they are firmly convinced that something was definitely wrong here. Harris quickly ran out of the newspaper. Harry picks it up and on looking at today's date surprisingly finds that it is now the year 2016, where Harry cannot understand how all this happened and how they both came 30 years in the future, so he runs out, and now after looking carefully he sees everything seemed to have changed. In this time one girl is marrying another girl. It has become more expensive. They have new electronic vehicles roaming around. People can talk to each other on video calls, and from here Harry had understood that perhaps they had accidentally used the experiment device which they had used last night. By time traveling, he came 30 years in the future, i.e. in the year 2016, and that's why as soon as he woke up in the morning, he found himself getting older. Here Harris runs to Reeve, shows him the newspaper and starts telling him the whole truth. Now initially even Reeve doesn't believe it, and when Harris tells him this, it tells that now the President of America is a black man, i.e. Barack Obama, but Reeve is unable to believe it at all. But when another man in the washroom tells the same thing to both of them, that now racism has reduced a lot in the world and it is really the year 2016, then finally Reeve also understands everything. Where both of them were very nervous and they quickly took out their van and both went to their respective homes. They start running away, but now surprisingly, where their houses used to be, now there was another building built there, and there was no trace of their families too. Now since they could not find anyone, Harris went straight from here to his old place. Girlfriend goes to Debbie's house where Debbie has also grown up a lot. What's even more strange is that she gets scared seeing both of them as to where they were missing for so many years. Here both of them tell how they bought weed from a new dealer on the night of that concert where he also told them that he did experiments on it. When and after eating the same, they woke up in the morning and here Debbie says that since that day, both of them were never found by anyone, where the police continued searching for them for years and finally closed their case after 10 years, thinking that both of them might have died somewhere or they had fled the country, after which both of them were arrested. Many families also sold their houses and moved away from here and now no one knows where they are. Where have they gone? After they left, since both of them were only on drugs, no one else even tried to find them. Here Harris asks how is Debbie's life, where she tells that only a few years ago her father died. While she died, her husband also left her and now both Harris and Riv got injured. Their whole lives changed in just one night, so both of them go to their old van to think in peace, where Harris returns to Debbie the same toy that Debbie said she had given to Harris 30 years ago. Had given, but Harris has had it only for one day and everything in that one day. Now the next morning, David goes to see both of them in their van and tells them that if they want, they can take a bath and freshen up at her house, while Reeve also found a roller skate at Debbie's house last night and he asks, guess what it is and who uses it, where Debbie tells them it belongs to her son. Now listening to the son, Harris asks if he is the son of both of them, but Debbie tells him that how can this be possible? Harris was missing for the last 30 years and her son is only 15 years old, so she took the off course of her husband. And that's why, being a single mother, she has to go to work every day, while her life is now that there is nothing left that Harris once remembered and Deb has now completely changed. Now after Debbie leaves for work, both of them go to her house to freshen up, groom themselves and discuss what they should do next. He had also tried to find the dealer who had supplied him the experimental goods. They had sold it, but now they are not getting it anywhere, so now both of them decide that they should accept the reality because now their lost 30 years are probably not going to come back and now they have to start their same business idea in which they sell coffee. They were going to start it, but now due to inflation, they should start coffee. The rates have also increased, so perhaps their business will be successful. Here both of them were talking when Debbie's son Brad comes there, and after talking to him, both of them come to know that Brad also takes drugs silently from his mother, so both of them ask. It seems that he should tell them the address of a dealer from where they can also buy goods, but Brad he tells them that now there is no need of any dealer and the government itself has legalized it and they can go to any medical store and buy it, they just need a doctor's prescription for it, so Reeve goes to the doctor now. He tells her about his fake illness and how he can't sleep at night. Anxiety attacks come, and after finally getting the prescription, both of them take all the products from a nearby pharmacy where Brad was waiting for them outside, and seeing him drinking coffee, now both of them realize that there is every medicine in the world. And Starbucks and CCD have opened where huge coffee shops are available. Companies sell coffee at a very expensive price, due to which both of them were very angry that this idea was theirs 30 years ago, and Debbie's father, after hearing that idea from them, started his own business, so now they are going to their graves. And the idea is that since it is now legal, why not a Chilean port? They open a restaurant in which they will mix and sell chili, and because of the goods in it, people will become addicted to it and their business will flourish, and both of them happily go to the bank to take a loan for this, but no bank is ready to give them the loan. Where both of them say, but now all this is legal, but the managers tell them that of course all this is legal, but it does not mean that they should open a public restaurant. And when all the nearby banks refuse to give them a loan, this time both of them lie that they are just a business owner. If Simple Chili is opening a restaurant, then finally a bank manager is there to give him a loan. They agree to it, but for this they had to get the rental papers for Ray's restaurant, while both of them go home and tell Debbie how her father stole their coffee idea and opened Starbucks himself. But Debbie says that Starbucks' father had nothing to do with it. If Starbucks was his, so why did she work day and night for her son's education? So the very next day both of them went to look for a rental shop, but for this they needed a lot of money, and as they did not have any, they both sold their van. They give it to the person that now that they have the shop papers, at least they will get the loan. Both of them go home and give this good news to Debbie, where Debbie tells them how she wants to raise her son Brad well, and for that she has been working hard for so many years so that he can study and become successful, but right now he knows only that It was not that Brad secretly got intoxicated with both of them and both of them also got addicted to it. It seems that they are doing something wrong to Debbie, but they don't tell her the truth yet because they have no place to live, so they decide to hide the truth from her until they start their business and everything is settled so that Debbie don't throw them out of your house. But their problems were going to increase further because the very next day, the manager who had promised to give them a loan now comes and tells them that both of them do not have any credit score. In fact, they did not have any account in any bank for the last 30 years, so where can they get the credit score? He will come. He had sold everything and had also taken a shop on rent. They needed money to buy a lot of things which they did not have, and after hearing that the bank did not give them a loan. Now Debbie says that she also knows a bank manager and she can get them a loan against her guarantee. But she will have to promise that she will not do anything wrong, otherwise she herself will be trapped. Initially both of them lie that everything will be fine, but after she leaves, they discuss how they haven't told Debbie yet that they are thinking of adding video to the chili pot in case she feels bad. Debbie was the only one who supported them till now, and she was already with her son Brad. They smoke, so they don't want to do any more wrong to her, and Harris quickly goes to Debbie's room to tell her not to talk to her friend about the loan and what their real plan is. But when he goes into her room when Debbie was there, she was in a different mood, and by now she had fallen in love with Harris again, from where both of them become intimate. Meanwhile, Harris had forgotten to tell her the truth, and when she opens her eyes in the morning, she finds that Davy got up early in the morning and went out to meet her friend, and Harris did not tell her the truth last night. It was too late, where Debbie also arranged a meeting with the bank manager, fixed it, and both of them meet the team of the bank and give them the representation of their chili pot. And from here, as it was supposed to happen, now everyone gets to know what they are adding to the chili pot, and which was bound to happen now. After knowing the truth about not getting the loan, Davy was very unhappy and angry, crying. She says that she did not know that Harris would cheat on her, while this morning she also came to know that her son Brad smokes with both of them. They have ruined her son's life, and after today she will not be able to face them both. Never want to see here. Both of them were feeling very bad, and they were of the same childhood. They go to a secret place about which no one except them knows. Now they neither have a place to stay nor money to eat because they had sold everything they owned and took that shop on rent. While Debbie also, now both of them were sitting sadly when Harris saw some plants in front of him. They are seen to be there, and he wakes up shouting with joy. In fact, since childhood, he used to take drugs secretly here and used to take out its seeds and throw them around. However, since no one has ever come here, till now many miru plants have grown from those seeds. That means now they had a lot of goods and they did not need to take a loan. They start their own restaurant from here where they were going to become rich. Then Debbie also comes to Harris and tells how Brad told her the whole truth, that he was a drug addict before both of them came, but now he has promised her that he will leave all this and concentrate on his studies. I.e. Harris had also found Debbie again, but the real surprise was yet to come, where while searching for both of them, the same dealer from 30 years ago comes, who says that she was searching for them for the last 30 years because she later came to know that there was something wrong with the material used in the experiment that day, and it had been there for the last 30 years. She is hiding the only remaining items containing the antidote and searching for them, which means that both Ubby and Sheka will be able to go back to their real time, while now they also know about the future, how chains like Starbucks and CCD have opened, so they can use these ideas. By using only in 1986, they will be able to become rich there, since if they go to the past, Harris will marry Debbie and Brad will never be born, so this time they decide to give Brad the same thing and take him to the past with them, and with this happy ending, this story ends here. Now what do you think? In the end both of them will improve and give up the drug. This is not going to happen. If you like the video, then keep liking it and also subscribe the channel for more such videos. Thank you.